All right, let's warm up with a simple movement drill. If we remember everything correctly, from our fighting stance, ball of the back foot, hands up high, bringing the fingers somewhere 8 to 10 inches right out in front of the eyebrows right here. Good defensive stance. Now, sometimes you will see people kind of bring their hands in. Well, if I'm in a fight, maybe I make that choice. But if I'm in a totally defensive, hey man, I don't want any trouble, I'm at full alert right here, I want my hands to be further away. The worst case scenario is my hands here ready to protect, but it's so close that when they strike, there's 2 hits. They hit this, and this hits me. Boom. I don't want that. All right, so I'm gonna start right here, and I'm gonna keep my hands up this high the entire time. All right, so I'm gonna start with my basic movement, just moving forward, moving back, moving forward, and remember I can work my half steps in here too. And left and right, facing here, it's forward. I want to be like a duck. You know how ducks are? At the top of the water, you just kind of see them skimming along. Under the water, there's a lot of movement. So I just want you to see smooth, right? Moving left and right, okay? So I want you to use me as your reference, and I want you to mirror what I do. So let's just start. We're gonna go for about 1 minute, and if I move this way, you're gonna move that way, away from me, okay? You're trying to stay equal distance from me no matter where I go. So if I go here, and you're 3 feet in front of me, you're gonna be 3 feet in front of me here. 3 feet in front of me, same thing, okay? And you're just trying to, very lightly, without giving it a lot of thought, you just naturally move in the correct manner. What you need to watch is how your feet are moving. Are you stepping and then catching up? That's what you want. Or are you doing a little stutter step movement, then catching up? Just takes time. This, single step for every one of these, okay? So set yourself up there, and here we go. You're moving back. Now you're moving forward. You're moving forward. You're moving to this side. You're moving to that side. You're moving to that side. Over to the left. I'm coming at you. Whoa. Whoa. Now if you're watching this on a video player or YouTube or the like, you can slow this up if you need to, not a problem. Or you can speed it up. Okay, you've heard us say, most likely, about our orientation towards the bad guy. When we use the phrase squared up, what we mean is, here's his shoulders and here are my shoulders. We are squared up to one another. I don't want to be squared up. When I'm squared up completely, he has access to all of his weapons to create damage on me. I would prefer, even if I'm in a defensive posture in my fence, to get slightly outside of one of those elbows, one of his elbows. That may be a choice, like, well, I really like to be on this side because I like to throw the overhand right. It may be over here. Maybe I don't have any choice at all. But what I definitely know is I don't want to be right in front, okay? So as you orient yourself towards me as I move, I want you to be thinking that one of my arms should be pretty much right in the median of your eye line, right down your chest, okay? So for me, orienting myself towards the camera, I'm gonna get outside slightly here, okay? So in addition to this forward, back, north, south, east, west type of movement, let's add in there a little bit of circling, okay? Circling is definitely something that we do a lot of. Now, it's different depending upon which direction I'm going. If I'm circling to my right, as a right-handed person, I'm using my back leg. So I step and then orient myself back towards the target. Step here, okay? So it can be one of two different things. Maybe I'm just moving sideways and slightly forward, or maybe I'm doing more of a step pivot where I step and I turn in. But either way, all I'm doing is stepping and I'm keeping my hips and my defense towards the target, but slightly outside the elbow. All right, so in this particular case, as we do this drill, if I circle this way, I want you to do the opposite, okay? Before you were mirroring me, so you're basically trying to continue that and stay in a mirrored position. So if I circle this way, you're circling that way. This is to my left, then you would be circling to your left. Okay, all right, so you are mirroring me. Let's go for about a minute. Moving towards you, you should be moving back, right? You're moving towards me. Moving left, moving right, moving left. And now I'm circling. You should be going to your right, if this is your right. You're circling to your left. Circling to your right. And to your left. Good. Okay, let's add a little bit more explosive movement. So if someone explosively comes towards me, and I want you to think of this little camera line right down the center of my chest here. If they come at me super fast, I might have to get out of the way faster than simply circling my work for me. So it's going to be more of kind of a dash, or what we refer to as a step pivot. I'm gonna dash and get my foot to the outside here, and then bring this hip back and pivot it out of the way. A common example of this would be, I'm going to reach, for me, the orientation would be like reaching for your left leg. Here, I'm gonna get the leg. And you, it's not really necessary at that time to move your whole body. Most important thing is to get that leg out of the way, okay? So from your orientation, it will look like this. Either pivot. Whoa. Why would I do this? Because it chooses one side and gets it out of the way a lot faster than the other one. Is this one in danger? Yes. So I have to weigh the consequences. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that's particularly why we like the step pivot, which I was about to refer to a minute ago, where, oh my gosh, they're coming in quickly, so I step the direction that I'm gonna go, and when I step, it just allows me to create a much bigger circle, and therefore a lot more space than it would if I just pivoted. So this is the crosshairs of a couple of these pads. If I'm right here, pivot puts me right here. If I step pivot, I'm over here. Wow, that's quite a big difference, okay? So I would prefer step pivot. Somebody's coming at me this way, step pivot. And of course, I'm just using my arms as structure and maintaining space. That's my biggest goal in defense, is just to maintain space. They're coming towards this leg, or it could be towards my head. Whoa, I step and I pivot out of the way. Step, pivot out of the way. Okay? So that's what you're going to do when I go like this. When I'm reaching with this side, that side there is planted right now. You're going to step with the other side, then big pivot backwards to create space away from me. Let's try some of those. I'm going to be reaching towards this side. You have stepped and you have pivoted, and now it's far away from me. Again, same side. I'm going for that leg, step, pivot, getting out of the way. You would have looked like this. Okay? Other side, I'm reaching for this side leg. Step with the opposite, pivot way back, keep the structure out, keep me away, right? Good. Going for this leg again. Boom. Big step pivot out of the way. Excellent. This side. Step pivot out of the way. Okay. What about if I go for both at the same time? That's the arm stop or seatbelt position, depending on whether I got past your hands or not. If they get past my hands, then I'm using this bladed portion right here, just like a seatbelt across their chest and maintaining that space as I continue to move back. I'm just owning this space here. I am not gonna let them close that space. And if they try to grab my legs, no, this structure is keeping them away. So if we put all those three together, somebody's reaching for this leg, step pivot out here. This leg, step pivot away. Right towards me, arm stop, seat belt, and I'm just creating space this way, okay? So I want you to do one of those three things when I reach. It'll be this, or it'll be this. Here we go. Let's try about 3 of those arm stops first. This is the position that you'll be taking. Notice that I'm not driving in. It's not about that. What benefit do I get if I drive that forward? None, okay? What, he was here, ooh, and now he's here? Big deal, right? All right, so I create the structure and then I continue to try to make space. All right, so that's what you're doing. Ready? Here we go. Boom, good. Should be across the chest right here. Hey man, I'm gonna knock your head off. Good. I hope it's good. Try the other side. Sometimes you may not be able to choose, but if you can, you know. Even sometimes with a flurry of strikes, that's what you want to do. Yes. Good. So now it could be any of those 3. Here we go. Reaching for the leg. Reaching for the leg. And now I'm reaching for this leg. No. Reaching for the leg. We didn't mention it, but you should be resetting into a fence or a fighting stance each time. If I tuck my head, that seatbelt follows your level, right? Whoa! Keeps it down here. Maintain that space. Good. Now add all of that together. Follow my movement. Here we go. I'm circling, you're circling. I'm circling over here, you're circling. I'm coming at you. I gotta grab my leg. I'm getting out of here. Circle, circle. There we go. Good. So continue to do that. Again, you're looking for good balance, staying in that stance. You should record yourself doing this just to make sure that you see the key points. When you step, you step. You don't give a little extra step and then go, right? You stepped towards the direction you're going, you catch up. No matter what direction I go, that's how it works. Pivots, step pivots, all of that working together. Go drill.